Well, hello friends. I'm on a push bike. I'm just hanging out. Welcome back. I haven't filmed in a while, actually, the last couple of days. A little bit further down the road than when we last spoke. I don't know what you're thinking. He's a cheat. He's a cheat. He didn't ride. He got a lift. But I didn't. I've been riding, but I just haven't been filming for a few reasons. I'll unpack them when we get to camp tonight. So I'm outside Halls Creek at the moment, about 680 k's from where? From Broome. From Broome. So I'll be there in a week, 7 or 8 days. Yeah, I'm just going to do 54 k's today. Late start. I was up late last night watching English Premier League, watching my beloved Aston Villa getting beat by Tottenham Hotspur, unfortunately. But that's okay. Well, guys, I'll see you in camp. We'll have a sit down, we'll have a chat. How about that? Nice little chat. Well, we might not even get to camp tonight. 10 k's out of town, got a flat tire. Oh no. Well, I can't fix my bloody tire. My spare's got a patch on it, and the patch hadn't set correctly or something, and so I took that patch off, tried again, put it back in the tire, nothing. So then I put the old one back in after finding another small thing which I've sealed up, and that's not doing much either. So I've just got to get back to town, I think. 10 k's back to town. I've just tried pumping it up and see how long it'll last. If I can ride and pump, but it's literally just come 100 meters. If that, 50 meters and it's completely flat again. So I'm just gonna start walking, I think, and hopefully someone will give me a lift on the way. Here's a car coming now, but ideally you just need a ute and you can just chuck it in the back, but we'll see, eh? We'll see. Pretty good sunset, pretty good sunset. Probably another 8 k's to go. Well guys, I'm back in Halls Creek where I stayed last night. Unfortunately, but that's all good. It took me 2.5 hours to walk back here, and it took me half an hour to ride there. I ditched my jerry can. I just hid it in a bush, and I took my rear panniers off and I carried them, and I pushed the bike just to try to take off all the weight off the back wheel so I don't damage my tire or rim. Hopefully I haven't. Yeah, 2.5 hours. It was a fair old walk. I was really hoping for some European backpackers to pick me up, but sadly they didn't. I'll talk to you in the morning, guys. Catch up. All right, we're leaving Halls Creek again. Hopefully I don't have to go back. There's a shop there, managed to have a spare tube, and Caravaner gave me some others, which are a little bit too narrow for my rims, but they'll hopefully work at a pinch. So yeah, we'll keep going. We'll talk soon. Right guys, we're here in camp. Did 75 k's today to get here. I'm just at a roadside stop. Got the tent behind me. The sun has just set. It is around 5:30, which is awesome. It's been a good day. Good to be back on the bike after yesterday's dreaded exploits, for want of a better word. I collected my jerry can that I left at the 10k mark yesterday as well, so I got a free 10k's where I wasn't carrying 10 litres of water, which is good. But before I start cooking dinner, which is just going to be rice and lentils, I want to run you through the days leading up in between the last video and this one. I was in Warnham at that roadhouse there, and there was a caravan park about 40 k's down the road, which I wanted to get to that night, have a really easy day. But before I did, I went to the local Aboriginal community and I spoke to a few elders there, and I had this incredible smoke ceremony. This area holds a lot of significance for the local communities that live here, and I really wanted to get a blessing of safe travels while I'm in this area. And yeah, so they built a fire for me and they threw me into the smoke, and it was awesome. Such lovely people, so willing to help an outsider who's willing to get in touch with the local communities and see what it's all about here. And I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was a brilliant experience. So thank you guys to the Warman Art Centre. They've got some really good pieces of art there as well. A bit beyond my price range, unfortunately. But yeah, really good people. Really enjoyed it. So after leaving there, got about 10 k's up the road, and I've just been so flat, so lethargic. And I spoke to a mate of mine, and I pretty much decided to tap out at Halls Creek. Get a bus to Broome where I'll meet my parents. They're coming up for 5 days. And then have a big rest, have a month off in Broome, or maybe fly back to Darwin and do some work there. And then, yeah, just to come back to Halls Creek and then finish off this section to Broome, which is about 600, 700 Ks. And then I got another 10 Ks down the road, and we got a caravan here. I got another 10 Ks down the road, pulled up on the side, again, was only doing 40, so I was pretty happy to have a rest, have a chill day. There you go. Thanks for the dust, mate. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, another 10 Ks down the road, so 20 Ks into a 40 K day, and I decided to check on my map and see how far away the campsite was, just double check. It turns out it was 40 Ks, not 20. And I'm sat there on the side of the road, and I just burst into tears. I just sat on the side of the road, head in my hands, just sobbing, because I had to do another 20 Ks, essentially. And I think that had been building for a really long time, since Darwin, probably. And then while I was crying, a big smile formed on my face, and then I started laughing. And I'd remembered a quote, and the quote went something along the lines of, "Is it okay to be afraid and to be fearful?" And the answer to that question was yes, because that's the only time you can be courageous and you can be brave. And I realized in that moment that being that weak and that vulnerable now is the only time where I can show my strength, and I can push hard to Broome. So I decided then to get back on the bike and to keep pushing, and I breezed through that 40 Ks. It was just a really wild couple of minutes. I'm really glad it happened, because since then my mindset, that's my timer going off, hold on. Yeah, it's really switched my mindset now, and to hit that moment of despair and not wanting to carry on, to sinking to the lowest I've probably felt, bursting into tears, and then to come out stronger was a really experience I'm really glad I've had. And the message for you guys in that is, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you'll always hit a point where things might be too tough, whether in your personal life, work, career, you name it. There will always be a point where you're not sure you can continue. And I broke down. I completely broke down. And as a result of that, I'm now stronger, and I'm more determined than ever to get to Broome. And so yeah, that was the lesson I've learned. That was the lowest I've been probably on this trip, outside of handing the dog back. So yeah, to come when it did, I think was important. It's really sort of recharged my batteries, and yeah, I'm really stoked to, as I said, to have that experience and to feel stronger having had that experience. And coming out of Halls Creek yesterday, there's another hero of mine who walked around Australia. He walked over 15,000 Ks. He walked a pretty similar route to what I'm riding, and it took him 18 months to do it. And when he got back to Sydney, 4 days after he got back to Sydney, he flew to Thailand to write a book on his travels, and unfortunately got into a motorbike accident. And he fell into a coma, and he never came out of that coma, unfortunately. But about 50 k's out of town, there was a memorial to him from someone he met when he was doing his trip. Found out what had happened and decided to put up this memorial. So I spent a couple of minutes there. But I want to read. So his dad ended up writing a book about him called In His Footsteps. No, not In His Footsteps. With Every Step is what it's called. And there was one day he wanted to walk 100 Ks in one day. And he started at 2:30 in the morning. And this is a little section from his journal. Every inch of me was ailing. I lay there for a couple of minutes and then made myself get up. I knew this moment was coming, and I'd said to myself out loud this morning that the time comes when you're absolutely fucked and think you can't go on. You have a choice between giving up and being a dog, or being a mad dog and having a go. I decided to be a mad dog and started hobbling up the road. Especially, to me, is so poignant how I had to walk 10 Ks yesterday to get back into town. I walked the exact same route he did, and he's definitely been in my mind for the last couple of days. He's an absolute legend. So yeah, With Every Step, check it out. His name was Andrew Cadigan, or Cad, and yeah, it's a really, really good book. It's a tearjerker, I'll tell you that now. But it's always good to be able to have other people who have done something similar or something even more crazy than what I'm doing, and to look and to read and to see where they found inspiration from when you are struggling. And for me, he's a dead set Aussie legend, as you could tell probably from that quote. And yeah, big hero of mine. So yeah, it's been a really eye-opening week, and I'm really happy. I've probably talked your ear off for long enough, guys. I'm going to cook up now, and then I'm going to get to bed. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you can take some lessons that I've learned and put them into your own life. Trying to be all inspirational. But guys, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate all the support as well. Thanks again, guys.